There we go. There we go. All right, we on right now. Let's get it, man. It's DJ Chase, the pregame party mix podcast. We on 20 podcast networks right now, on 4 radio stations. We did it. We lit right now. So you know what it is, man. It's DJ Chase Worldwide Sounds Records, Monday nights, Dynasty Radio, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., man. And here we go. We got the lovely. All right, I'm gonna say it right. I'm gonna get this. Melaner, Melaner or Melaner?
Almost Melaner. In
Melaner.
English, in Spanish is Melaner.
Okay, Melaner. Okay, got you. All right, man. Afro Latina artist, man. Just a dope all around talent. She got dope videos. She's fire. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, Miss Melaner, I want to ask, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling awesome, especially now that I get to talk to you.
Nah. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. How you feeling? Are you in New York? You based in New York? Where you from?
I'm in Jersey, but yeah, I mean, I'm so close to New York that I always say I'm from New York. So I'm
Copy.
from both. I'm from Jersey and New York.
Copy. Yeah, the rain was crazy today. I went to go get a little shape up for you. I had to look good for you. I was drenched in the rain. I'm like, yo, it was crazy. So the rain was bad.
It was really bad today.
Copy. All right, man. So first and foremost, where are you so you're from Jersey, right? Or you based
Yeah,
in
I was born and raised here.
In Jersey? Okay. What part of Jersey?
In Union. I don't know if you know, it's like by Elizabeth.
I'm always in Union. I go shopping out there. I go to the
really?
I'm always on Route 22. I'm always out in the Union.
Oh wow, what a coincidence. When I say Union, people don't know. So
yeah, I'm always at Union. I love I go grocery shopping in a Walmart out there. I'm always in a Walmart out there. So.
Oh, look at
that. Copy. And with that being said, your Jersey upbringing, I know Jersey, especially Union, they got a lot of colleges out there. You got Keene, you got all types of colleges out there. Like, did that, what inspired you to be an artist? That's what I want to ask. Like, what made you say, you know what, I could have been anything else? What made you want to be an artist?
I mean, since I was little, I was always able to sing, and I always liked to be on stage and, in front of people. It was always exciting to me. I went to college for music and I studied music business. And actually, after I graduated college, I kind of took a break from music and I went into working in corporate. I worked in corporate for 4 years. And then after that, I kind of realized like, I have to go back to my passion because it was calling. It was really calling me. So now that I'm doing it full time and kind of doing what I love every single day, there's literally nothing better than that.
Got you. And, being a full-time artist, because corporate is definitely real structured and real, and especially now with the way music business is, because I'm a music business person too. It's much easier now also than like a few years ago. Like now you have so many platforms and digital platforms to get your music out there. It's much easier. What on the business side made you want to go to Berklee School of Music? Because that's a very prestigious school. Like, what on the business side? You wanted to be an A&R, you wanted to be a publisher, a radio. What made you? I mean, what did you study in college? Excuse me.
Yeah, so I studied music business specifically in management. So ideally, I wanted to go into managing artists. And it's funny enough because I like when I was studying in college, I was like, no, I'm gonna just be in the back end. I'll just be in the back end, kind of managing artists. I like it. I think I'm good at it, all this stuff. And then afterwards, when I started doing my own stuff and people started giving me feedback, like, girl, you should be the artist. Like, what are you doing? And I started hearing that from people. So then I was like, all right, fine, I'll try it, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I feel you. And, as far as that, like, even with that being said, because a lot of times people, they get into music for the wrong reason. So with that being said, because I watched the clip, it was super dope. I watched all of them. You was on a big Latina show, the American Idol version of the Latin world.
All people too.
Yeah. Of course. Like, did you feel like, because the way you did it was really dope, right? You did like American songs on Latin beats. So I'm like, yo, that's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a 2-part question. What made you do those type of songs on those type of beats?
I mean, I guess because my training really is in like R&B and soul music, because I kind of grew up, like, especially going to Berklee and being around, American music a lot. Being at school, I was kind of trained in being able to, be a belter. I could sing all the powerhouse, all the Motown song, all that kind of stuff I'm good at. but then I'm doing Latin music, and it's like where it's you don't really do that in in Latin. So that's why a big thing about my artistry is kind of fusion
Yeah.
and fusing together what I know into a genre that is kind of you do the same. It's very cookie cutter in a sense.
Mm.
So I really like to experiment in my music and bringing in my knowledge of old school, all those good ass old school songs, and bringing it into Latin.
Definitely, and it was dope because, like I said, you did it in a certain way. Because and then the reason I asked that, right, is because I DJ, and a lot of Latin music now is really auto tune based. It's all auto tune, and you actually a traditional singer, so that's why I was like very surprised, and because you actually can sing. You feel me? Yeah. So I was listening to your music, yeah.
Believe it or not, like when I go into doing reggaeton and singing Latin, being a singer actually almost works against me sometimes. And I have to really I have to be able to do both, but not be too singy.
Yeah.
And but not be too like auto-tuney talky in my song. It's like I almost have to I'm learning now to kind of mesh them together in a really, really good way.
Copy. And do you feel like being on that show, like, did it help your career a lot?
100%. To be honest, it made me realize my, what I should focus on in this industry, especially in the Latin market. Getting feedback from a lot of, fellow Latinos saying like, oh my God, I felt so represented by you on TV because I feel like I don't see a lot of women that look like you.
Yeah.
Like I represented with you because I was rocking my big afro, and I was, and a lot of times in the Latino culture, like when we look at Latinas, we don't see women that are like, that look like that. We see, we get kind of boxed in with people that look like J-Lo or Shakira, and people assume that that's how we are supposed to look. And it's like, no, like Latinas, we're so diverse, but when you look at the market, sometimes we aren't represented.
Copy. And do you feel like, because this word Afro Latina is very like it's a new phrase, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes there's a disconnect. Do you feel like, okay, you know what? And I have to ask this because sometimes I really want to know. Like, I want to know, like, do you feel like the struggles that you have are the same as a full African American artist? Do you feel like you have the same struggles, or you have it easier?
No, I think we're pretty much equivalent in the struggles. Because think about it, the way I think about it like this. Number one, I have a struggle because I'm a woman. Then I have a struggle because I have darker skin. And then I have a struggle because I'm Latina. So now that's three things working against me almost. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. So it's almost like we're equivalent because we're battling the same thing. And I feel really proud of, of talking about my Afro-Latinidad to people because like I'm proud of where I come from, and I'm proud of my ancestors, and I'm proud of my dark skin, and I'm proud of my curly hair, and I don't want to hide that for anybody or for the industry. Like that's my identity. It's who I am. And either the world is gonna love me for it or they're not, and I'm gonna find my group of people. I'm gonna find my group of people that do love me for it.
Of course, Queen. And the single, we're gonna get in some music. So there, I was listening to that. I was just bumping it. I'm saying it. My Spanish, you can tell I'm from the Bronx, and my Spanish is terrible. So I'm sitting here. So soltera, what does that mean, and how did that come about? Like, what does that mean? Because you only put out like you don't put out too much music because you're getting back into it.
Yeah.
So as the original record, what does that actually mean?
So soltera means single. So it's funny enough, it was my first single, and it's called Single.
Right. Exactly. That's dope.
Yeah, it was the first single I made after I got off the show. And I decided to quit my corporate job and do music full time.
Copy.
I put it out during the pandemic. I filmed the music video during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this pandemic is not gonna stop me, And so then I put it out. And after that one, I put out another collab that I did with another artist. And then I kind of switched gears because I went to Miami and I started working with a production team out of Miami. And I created this, a lot of the stuff that I've put out is me trying to find my sound, right? Because we all have a sound in music. And then I went out to Miami and I worked with this team, and I found it. I found like exactly like,
Gotcha.
the sound that I want, the sound that I want to be, known for. And that's what's coming out now. Like we did a writing camp, and we wrote a bunch of music, and a lot of that music is gonna, slowly start coming out this year. And I'm excited.
Now I'm happy. I'm happy for you, because your sound. And I was just listening to. I'm just studying you and just going on YouTube, like looking at things, because I'm a big fan. I'm still a fan of music. Like I be
Right.
doing it, but I'm still a fan. And you have actually a unique sound too, because like I said, it's very like pop, trap, Latina music. It's weird. It's like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like not weird, but it's just like it's dope. And me being a producer, I'll be like, I'm gonna start, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really dope, you know what I'm saying? So and with that being said too, like you're a very big, you have a nice size Instagram following, right? Do you feel like, okay, because I see a lot of artists, and me particularly, a lot of artists hit me up. They be like, "Yo, I want to interview you," or this, that, and the third, and they be big artists on
Right.
Instagram, but they don't have the streams or the YouTube to
Right.
match that. So, do
Right.
you feel like, okay, you know what, you doing music full time, and you, I'm gonna talk to you like you know music business, right? Do you
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
do you feel like that equates to the actual income revenue to being on an Instagram versus traditional sales and stuff like that?
Um,
Is it
let
rewarding?
it's 100% rewarding,
Got you.
right? Because you have to love it. If it's not rewarding if you don't love it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So there's people that are doing music because it's popular to do music right now, with everybody like popping off of TikTok and all that stuff. Now everybody want to be an artist.
yeah.
But you can't think about it as money. You have to think about it as passion, because that's going to reflect in your music.
Got
you
you.
know if you're just trying to make music and you're putting out whatever, and you don't have a marketing plan for it, and you're just putting it out just to put it out, and you don't have any direction for it, like there's a difference, as opposed to when you're putting it out passionately and you're putting, even you don't even have to have a big budget, because to be honest, I'm an indie artist and I'm self-funding all of this stuff, hustling, trying to figure out how I was gonna, using my connections, using my friends, using all the people that I know,
Yeah.
to make it as big as possible. And it's like, it works when you're doing it like with like people see
The
like,
love,
oh no,
yeah.
this has the love for it,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because even me, like when I first started out, I was out of college. I went to SUNY Oswego, so I was out of college. I was like, but even my cousin, he was like, "Yo, when you started doing music, like not caring about the money part of it, your music like totally changed. Like, you know what I'm saying?" So, I
But like,
agree.
I
Yeah,
don't ever think about money. That doesn't, the only time I think about money when I gotta pay for marketing or
expenses.
something. I'm like,
Word
oh
up.
my god, oh my god, we gotta run ads.
Word up. Word
That's
up.
what I think about it. But like when I'm doing anything else, like I don't think about how much I'm gonna make on that. Nothing. Like that'll come later.
Copy. And do you feel okay, because you actually like segued into the next question? Do you feel like, what, because like I said, you're such a dope singer, and it's rare to find that. A lot of people, their music be whack, but your music is actually good. So do you feel like, what, I have the pressure of making one of those TikTok dance songs, or do you just like, what, I'm gonna just do me?
No, to be honest, my biggest competition is myself.
Gotcha.
I don't find like I'm such an avid like supporter of everybody, a supporter of music, supporter of people following their dreams. Like I'm my biggest competitor, so I'm not trying to create music to fit TikTok or to fit all this. I'm creating music that I love in hopes that I'm gonna find the super fans and the fans that love it as much as I do.
Got you. And now we got the video Accidente. Yeah, I seen the clip on Accidente. So I tell you, I'm from the Bronx. I lived here a long time. My Spanish is terrible.
You close.
You know what's crazy? I just came back from El Salvador. I'm in there speaking. They probably was laughing at me. I was in there trying to speak because nobody speaks English. So I'm trying to like, it was bad, but it was bad. It was bad. But you got the video coming out. First of all, what inspired that record? Because the clips, the Instagram clips is definitely building anticipation, because I was like, yo, this is fire. So yeah, so how did that come about, and who produced that? I gotta ask for my producers, who produced that?
Yes. So it was produced by the team that I was working with in Miami called A2F Latin. The producer was MC4 and Peruvian King. So they produced a song, and the whole team out there at A2F Latin, with the engineer Pam Velez, who is Grammy Award winning and has worked with a bunch of artists, and the songwriters on that team. We all collabed on it and worked on it together, and I'm so excited about it. And then the concept behind the video was like almost a play between good and evil, and and it was. I really wanted to do something different from my other videos that I had. We kind of got, oh my god, my puppy's in the
That's all right, he's chilling. We just listening. We good, money. You listen, you better than my cat. All she do is sleep. My cat is crazy.
So, it was a play on good and evil, and kind of like, we have a good side and we have a bad side. And it was the video was produced by was filmed by 1424 Media out of Miami, and who's super dope. And nothing, I think, I think based on what's coming out now with Accidente, it's really gonna show people, all the work I've done throughout the pandemic. And it's gonna show my growth, which was the most important for me. Because I want to, be better than each song. And I think a lot of us are like that in a way. We're like,
definitely same with me. Same with me. I'm the same way.
Competitor. I'm like, oh no, I want to be better than that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I got you.
I'm really excited about it. And I really think people are going to like it. And I think it's going to cross genres, even though, maybe the American market might not understand it. But by looking at it and by watching it, they'll be able to understand the storyline and understand what the song's about.
Copy. And before we get out of here, I got two more questions for you. The first question is, so, you put out more, like I said, you do Latin soul music. Are you going to put out eventually, not just like perform it, but you're going to put out any American music? So English music, so not American, English music?
To be honest, my focus is Latin.
Okay.
Because I have a mission and I have something that I'm trying to change in the market, right? Yeah. Like I know that I could do English music. I know that I could sing R&B and I could do it good. Like, but I'm more focused on making an impact, like through my music. And I feel and I see the road for it in the Latin market. So that's my main focus.
Gotcha.
Unless something magical happens and I get, I don't know, like maybe in the future. But right now, with all the plans that I have and all the, all the biggest impact that I want to make and cause frustration. That's what I always say. I want to cause disruption. I want to cause disruption in the Latin market.
Gotcha.
And I think that I can if I keep pushing.
Now I'm rooting for you. I'm a teammate. I'm definitely here for you. And with that being said, the last part I gotta ask this because I would say you're independently majorly independent. So are you looking for that deal, or you think what, I'm smart enough to just do this independent?
I'm looking for investors.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to be as independent for as long as I can because I really like having control over my stuff and control over what I can and can't put out because it's part of me, the music, Yeah. So if in the future I get offered something where I have artistic say in a lot of things, then I would definitely consider it. But for now, I'm looking for investors. Hit the DMs.
I get a lot of people who like yo, I some of my artists are definitely doing good for my podcast. So that's why I asked, because like I interview all types of artists and all types of creatives, and I'm like people just be hitting me up like, yo, who is this person? Who is that person? So anything, what I'm saying, I definitely try to look out,
You know what it is? And I feel like a lot of artists, this is where I guess my music business knowledge comes into hand. Because a lot of people think about getting signed and they don't think about what comes with that.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, they don't even understand.
This is all I do all day. This is all I do all day.
Paperwork. Or you get signed and then you're like, okay, that's it. I made it. No, that's when the work begins.
Yeah, it works harder. Yeah, it works hard. I had somebody I was doing that for last year, and I told them, I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you now, it's not what you think it is. You gotta there's 24-hour days in music. There's no 8-hour days in music. There's 24-hour days in music, So
people think about fame and all that stuff, and they don't think about the work that goes into it. So
copy.
That's important as artists.
Definitely Jersey's finest Melaner. Let me ask you a question. You got any shows coming up, or you got the EP coming up? What's up? What should we look for?
We definitely will have shows. We're working on some dates. We don't have any dates solidified.
Okay.
And EP, not necessarily. I'm working on a lot. I have a lot of singles coming out.
Gotcha.
My main focus is driving content. I'm gonna drive content in everybody's face. Not I'm gonna focus on just release and video and release and video. So
copy. I need that follow back. I'm sitting here like, oh, she ain't follow me. I know you be busy. Oh
my god, I will follow
I need that
you.
Follow. I definitely need that because I'm gonna promote you crazy. That's why I'm like, let me get that now. Because you're dope. Like, it's crazy because Instagram don't even let me be followed. I have to like delete people, like follow people. But
really?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, but but thank you so much for coming on the podcast, man. We're gonna do this again. Anytime. You're definitely a friend of the show. I'm what I'm saying, like I said, 20 podcast networks. I'm on all them bad boys. So I work hard to get the distribution done. And as a fellow music industry head, like, you know how hard it is to get distribution. So,
Yes.
So Melaner, plug your social media, everything like that, mama.
All right. My name is Melaner. You can find me on all social channels as Melaner, Melaner. And well, on TikTok, I'm Melaner Official. And you can also go to my website, melanerofficial.com.
There we have it. DJ Chase, the pregame party miss podcast. Melaner in the building is DJ Chase on Monday nights, Dynasty Radio, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Star Radio, Triple Up ENT Radio, and we on a few other networks. So just look out for that. DJ Chase YouTube DJ Chase TV, and let's get it. Cheer. DJ Chase TV.
It's official. Come on. Locked in with DJ Chase on the pregame party mix.